Welcome to the Powercast with Charlie Johnson. I'm one of the world's leading fitness and transformation coaches. I'm going to be providing you with the tools to build your ultimate body and mind. Okay, so pleasure to have Nathan, the head man from Muscle Nation over in Australia on the podcast today. So thank you very much. We've managed to organise it despite the massive 9-hour time difference.
Not a problem at all. Thanks for having me, Charlie. I'm excited to be here. Have a chat with you.
Yeah, nice. I think it's a crazy world we live in now. You can talk real time from one side of the planet to the other. It's slightly spooky. You only realise the distance when you work out the time difference. It's suddenly like, Jesus. Except
when you're asleep and I'm awake and I'm trying to get onto you and no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it works. It works anyway. So we're all good there. So just to introduce yourself, Nathan. Like, who are you? What do you do? What's your background? Where did you start from? Because you've got a pretty inspiring backstory, from my opinion.
Well, thank you. So I'm Nathaniel Anthony, or most people call me Nathan, and I'm from Australia, as you now know. I first got into, I guess, the fitness scene in 2013, where I left my stable job and just started trying to grow Instagram pages.
What was your stable job before?
I worked as a in the construction industry, as a project manager. Okay,
that probably explains why you're so organised now.
So completely different to what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I basically jumped on Instagram as soon as it started, or pretty quickly as soon as it started. Was able to pretty much build up fitness pages very quickly. And then from that, I saw opportunities to, I guess, start businesses and run them through them. But prior to that, I guess you could say, I was on Facebook as well. When Facebook, I don't know if you remember, but at one stage, Facebook was booming. Like, as in,
yeah.
you didn't have to pay for advertising. You didn't have to boost posts and none of that. All you had to do was create viral content and your page would grow. And you could monetize very easily. Now, it's nearly impossible. You got to pay for everything. So when I saw Facebook starting to die, I quickly jumped ship to Instagram, and just before anyone else really got into it, and I started growing pages. I took some of the best Instagram names you can get, and I just started growing Instagram pages. And then from there, I thought, oh, why not? I'll start trying to sell stuff. I started selling, and I know this is probably not even legal, but I started selling fake Gold's gym singlets at one stage. I don't know if you're allowed to show that, but anyway, that's how I started. I started selling fake Gold's gym singlets on eBay. Right, that's how it started. That's
pure entrepreneurial.
And then from there, just started kind of selling more and more stuff on eBay, like gym clothing wise. So this was in 2013, by the way. And then I started, after the Instagram page grew, I started having all these people hit me up asking to buy shout outs. And, I had people like Bradley Martin, he was probably my first customer, and now he's got 3 million followers. He hit me up when he had probably 50,000 followers, when I had about maybe 200,000 followers, and he's hitting me up for shout outs. And then from then, influx of people just hitting me up for shout outs. And then, so I created an advertising business out of it, and basically focused on growing the Instagram pages whilst giving shout outs to fitness companies and influencers and brands, and just kept growing to what it is today. And I still do that now as well. As you know.
Yeah. How you juggle everything. Like, I struggle a bit with my workload, and that's what I said to you a minute ago. I love watching the behind the scenes of what you do with Muscle Nation, because I see how hard you guys work, and that for me, when I'm tired, makes me just want to level up and just get on with it. Other people are doing this when you see everyone else actually around you is asleep or chilling out, and you're still working. But then I might flick on Instagram for a minute, and I see you're in a warehouse at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, man up, keep going.
Yeah, and I guess, I don't know. It's like when you're passionate about something and when it's your own business, you don't get tired. You're excited.
It doesn't feel like work either. You run on adrenaline, don't you?
No, that's it. You just run on adrenaline. You just want to keep doing more. You're excited. You want to, when you work with someone else, or when you're working in a shit job, you could say, all you want to do is just clock off and go home.
Yeah.
So you don't really think about it like that. But yeah, juggling everything, it is hard. That's where good staff is important. And I'm lucky that I've got my family involved with both my businesses.
That's awesome.
And it's able to run pretty smoothly because of it.
That's awesome. Because trust is the big thing, isn't it?
Definitely trust. Yes, 100%. So yeah.
What would you say is your biggest tip in terms of time efficiency that you've probably learned over the last few years? Obviously, your business has scaled massively, so obviously the demands on your time are huge.
Probably something which I'm still learning, but I would say being able to let go of things that you shouldn't be focusing your energy on.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I think it's that thing where because it's your baby, you don't want to let go of it.
Yes, it's easier said than done, but I think it's so important.
Yeah,
being able to stop doing things that are wasting your time and letting other people do those things, it allows you to grow the business. Yeah, and I'm still learning that. I'm still learning that 100%.
No, that's awesome. That's the advice probably personally I need to take on, and I've been given recently. I'm now expanding people to help me.
It's honestly the hardest thing. It's so. Even now, I'm still doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing, and I know that, and I'm slowly getting rid of it off my plate.
Yeah,
but it's so important.
No, 100%. So going forward, obviously, then you moved from the shout out pages, and you went into some more proper formal businesses from there.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go back to Muscle Nation clothing. So this kind of launched it in 2013. Now it's after a lot of trial and error. I was shipping out of Australia, had issues with that. I was shipping. I then moved the distribution to China. Don't ask me why I did that. That was a massive mistake. Lost a lot of money there. I then moved it to America, and then within America, I moved it 4 or 5 times. So different fulfillment companies. And the one thing I learned is, and it cost me a lot of money, is that no one cares about your business as much as you do. So these people that were fulfilling my orders and doing all that kind of thing, they weren't bad people or anything like that, but they just didn't have the same level of care for your business. So as a result, mistakes were happening. It just wasn't running as efficiently as I wanted it to. So I kind of put everything on hold. And during this time period is when I met Chris, my partner.
Yeah.
So you know Chris?
Yeah.
Yep. And he's a genius. Before Chris came on board, it was just a very kind of not gimmicky, but it wasn't a huge company. It was just did its thing. The clothing wasn't that good. It was just me trying to run it myself, basically.
Probably having too much on, do you think?
Yeah, that. But also, Chris brings a lot to the table when it comes to the marketing side of things. So he's come on board. We've teamed up. We've kind of hit this new vision of how we want the company to be, and we actually brought everything back to Australia, and we fulfill everything from here now. So we relaunched it in 2016, and we brought it all back to here. And once we did that, everything just took off. There was no errors, there was no mistakes. Everything was running efficiently, smooth. It was just seamless. In addition to like the fulfilling side of things, we also, created cool clothing. We didn't just want to be like a shitty little gym brand. We wanted to be cool, we'd have good clothes, a good community, good athletes, a good team, everything. So we redid all that, and we relaunched. And we relaunched as like a better brand. And from that day to now, we've grown so quickly. We've moved warehouses 3 times in a year.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool. And yeah, now we are at the point where we're shipping out, 10,000 to 20,000 orders per month. And as you know, now we've just incorporated supplements. So that's pretty cool. That's been a passion of Chris's and mine. And yeah, we launched supplements. It took us a while, but we did it the right way. Good formulas, cool designs, good flavors. And now our supplements have gone bonkers as well.
Thing I'd say about everything from you guys I was so impressed by is everything is so innovative and different, even in terms of like the formulas of the supplements are like game changing in terms of like some of the actual products you're putting in there, in terms of the adaptogens and other bits and pieces that
that's what we want
no other company's doing, no one else is doing. And the flavoring and also the branding is insane.
Now I'll tell you the reason behind that. Like a lot of people, a lot of brands won't do this because it costs money. And, you know, I won't lie to you, the margins aren't huge on supplements.
No.
But I'd rather do the right thing, you know, provide quality products that taste good and sell for, you know, the market price rather than doing proprietary blends and, you know,
cheap fillers,
shit formulas and fillers and whatnot and make all this money. Like at the end of the day, you're going to get found out eventually. There's several companies that have fallen because of that.
What about the long term?
Yeah, you got to look at that longevity. So, yeah, it's important for us. You know, when we're not here to just rob people and be greedy and that kind of thing. You know, we're very fair. We're more about creating that cool brand and just want to keep growing and doing it the right way.
No, 100%. And that comes across from everything in terms of like the branding, like the flavors, like some of the new flavors you guys have got coming out are insane. So like what are some of the new whey isolate flavors you got? You've got cereal flavor, there's a new vanilla one.
Yeah, we've got the fruity milk cereal, we've got a vanilla, we're working on like a Ferrero Rocher, which is like that really cool chocolate.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, well, even our pre-workout and fat burner, we've got some epic flavors coming. So yeah, it's just about evolving and growing and keep doing new stuff, I guess, because the market was getting a bit stagnant, I think.
Yeah, it was very flat and the samey. Like everyone was just offering the same thing with a different company's name on it. Essentially, I think that's the same.
Exactly.
The gym clothing brands, in particular in Europe and the UK, it's the same small little brands with exactly the same clothing, which is a different logo.
And that's the thing, like, and what are these other companies doing besides selling? Nothing really. Yeah. And I guess our kind of motto is, or method is, to do as much as we can outside of selling, because that leads to selling. And if you're just trying to sell, it's not going to work. It's only going to last so long. You know, you could have the best clothing ever, but do nothing for your community, and they're not going to sell. Or you can invest all your energy into connecting with your community and doing stuff outside of selling, and they're going to buy your stuff because they want to support your vision, your community. You know, that's what
long-term value again, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm sure you know that with your business as well. Like, you know, you got to just really connect with your community.
Yeah, people buy people.
That's right. So you can't just have a good product these days and expect it to sell.
No, and just run a load of Facebook ads like a lot of people think of it.
Yeah, that's it. And you know what? That's why it's so hard to get into business, because people don't want to do the extra work. They don't want to, you know, create the community. They don't want to, you know, build a proper brand. They just want to sell something. And that's something that my partner Chris taught me. You know, he taught me all this, that, you know, you've got to create a community, not just try and sell product.
Out of curiosity, what was Chris's original background?
He used to work for a supplement company.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And he also studied marketing and that kind of thing. But again, like, as you know, you kind of learn a lot of this stuff as you go and you teach yourself. You know, I don't think it matters what you study at university these days.
It's an evolving process of life.
Yeah, like you can't go and study marketing this year because it's going to change next year.
Yeah, particularly social media.
You look at Instagram today, they're changing again. You can't even see likes or views on Instagram. So have you noticed that, by the way?
It hasn't happened in Europe yet. I think it's going country by country. I knew it was happening.
In Australia, they've removed all likes and views.
So it doesn't show video views? Because I saw on your Instagram you put up that about all those companies going bust, and it did make me laugh. And I was wondering if that had come into effect now.
Yes, it has. We've got notifications and everything, so that's going to change the game a little bit even more now. They're trying to. I guess they're trying to enforce good quality content rather than clickbait content. Maybe, I don't know.
It's always difficult. I think that was one of my questions I wanted to ask you about, because you're a social media visionary in a lot of respects, in terms of obviously where you've started with obviously the original Instagram pages. It's like, where do you think they're trying to go with this longer term? Or again, is they not really know yet? It's again evolving beast.
I don't know. I think always in the back of their head it's money, because it is owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's confusing why they keep changing stuff like this, but I think always the end goal for them is money, and they're going to try and keep monetizing it as much as they can. They'll probably keep dropping reach. They'll keep killing impressions. And that brings me back to the point of why you have to create a community, you know?
Yeah.
So you're not
it's that tribe mentality.
So you're not so one-dimensional.
Yes, it's that tribe mentality. And that's why, like, I've loved working with you guys so much, because there's so much, like, almost banter and fun involved with it. Whereas, like,
that's it. Keep it fun.
I work for were corporate supplement companies, and it was just horrendous because you knew the person you were dealing with would change every 2 to 3 months. And I came originally from a corporate property background, so I can see the wood through the trees. That, like, if they're changing all the time, they're probably being treated like shit as well. And you just know what's going on. So
100%. But in terms of, like, where I see Instagram going, I don't know. It's very hard. They're very sporadic. They just, if you notice, like, they change stuff monthly at the moment. It's crazy how quickly they change stuff. So I don't know, but one tip I would give is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah. Don't solely rely on Instagram. Diversify. If you have a business, you know, have good email marketing, have a good Facebook group like you would do. Have other aspects of your business, so you're not just relying on Instagram.
Makes you vulnerable.
But I think though Instagram is still going to be the best tool for any business. It's not going to get killed off completely, but even if you have to pay or that kind of thing, it's still going to be a beneficial tool. You know, there's still a lot of money to be made with Facebook ads. Like, I know people that are doing very well just off Facebook ads. But again, you've got to know how to do them correctly. You've got to have the right people involved. You know, it's very hit and miss. But yeah, it all comes down to having a community, and then from then you can do the other stuff, I feel.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the thing that comes first, is providing free upfront value, and then
that's it.
If that makes sense. And, like, even with
like yourself, you posting workouts, getting in your stories and talking about certain diet tips and that kind of thing.
Yeah, to provide free value to people, and then, like, if you help someone with free information, eventually they'll feel like they owe you so much that they're having to sign up and purchase one of your products anyway, because they think, well, if this guy's giving me all this free information, what's this paid stuff going to be like?
They don't necessarily think they owe you, but when the time comes where they want to invest in a coach, they're going to remember who's the guy that gave them the free information.
Yeah, exactly.
Or who's the company that offered or did this for them, or, you know. Yeah. So it's you got to look at the long-term effect of giving out that value, not just, you know, we put an ad up, it didn't get any sales. Well, you've got to wait, you know, the lifespan of the customer, you know.
This is a question for you, because I having traveled the world quite a lot. I noticed a lot of different cultural differences and mindsets. I would have to say 100%. I think the Australian mindset is a lot more forward thinking than European in terms.
You reckon?
In terms of, like, I don't know, like clothing style, supplements.
I'm actually, my background is European. I'm Greek.
Okay.
So I guess our culture was always brought up like this. Yeah. So that's kind of why we have it in I wouldn't say in your genes, but we've brought up to kind of be like this as people. But maybe you're referring to more so the UK people. Yeah,
generally. That's a bit more like squared edges, if that sort of makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Everything's a bit straight-laced, and you can't, I don't know.
Yep.
Everything's black and white. There's no grey areas. When in life, in reality, like, everything is a grey area, really.
Yep. No, I see where you come from there.
Now, obviously, you've got the Muscle Nation business. You've got another business as well.
Yeah. So I part own a company called Muscle Box, which is a fitness subscription box. So basically, every month, a customer gets a box of gym goodies. Could be clothing, supplements, foods, workouts, that kind of thing. They pay a fixed fee of, I think it now is $29.99, including shipping, and they get a value of like $50 to $70 worth of goods every month to their door. So I don't know. You've obviously seen other companies that do a similar thing to this, and it's more so, you know, you pay X amount and you get nearly double your value of stuff, and it's pretty cool. Different stuff every week. It's like a surprise almost. Yeah, so like Christmas every month. Yeah, that's it. And you know, we've got about 7,000 subscribers, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. What gave the inspiration for
my
that?
partner who runs that. No, it's cool. It's very cool. It's run out of America, this one though.
Okay.
Subscription boxes are very big in America, so it was made sense to run out of there. My partner controls the whole thing, so credit to him. But yeah, it was when did we start that? 2016, I think. But yeah, my focus and my time at the moment is 100% in Muscle Nation.
I can see.
So we've got a lot going on, and it just takes up all my energy. That's my other piece of advice: is don't take on more than you can chew, I guess, because you start stretching yourself too thin, and then you can't focus properly on one thing, and that goes to shit, you could say.
Yeah, everything starts to suffer.
Yeah, that's right. At one stage, I had the mindset of just continuing to keep opening up businesses. And then I realized, hang on a minute, it's not going to work because I'm going to be stretched here, I'm going to be stretched there. And I'm not going to be able to focus on the one, thing that I should be. And then that's going to go to shit, and they're all going to go to shit.
I think you've got the same thing as me. Like I have like a million ideas, so I need a million lifetimes to do it because you just can't do everything. Exactly.
You've got to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, 100%.
So even with my advertising now, like to me, that was a full-time job. I've got over 10 pages, over 10 million followers total. I won't mention the pages, but to run these pages, to post content on these pages daily, as well as the marketing and shout-outs, it's a full-time job.
Yeah, 100%.
It's literally a full-time job. So that's why I had to find someone to help me run them. I was doing it all myself at one stage. I had 3 phones going. It's just crazy.
How many phones have you got now?
Just 2.
Okay, but I've leveled up to 2 as well. I've given in.
Yeah, it's crazy, hey.
Yeah,
you go out to dinner and whip out 2 phones. People are like, "What are you doing?"
I think you're a drug dealer.
Yeah, literally. But no, it's a good problem to have.
No, 100%. With so obviously with what you've got coming out with Muscle Nation, obviously the supplements you've designed. What's your favourite out of the range at the moment?
Oh, I guess my favourite supplement and flavour would be Legacy, which is our pre-workout. Strawberry and lemon drop.
See, I like the sour gummy, the gummy bear one.
Yeah, that's probably my second favourite. But the new flavours, so we've got Runts flavour, which is, we call it jungle fruits. It's like that hard fruit candy.
Okay.
It's probably my new favourite flavour. Or
I reckon I like that.
Or the other new flavour we've got is strawberry watermelon bubble gum, which is also amazing. So I don't know, it's one of those two are my new favourite flavour, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm excited to try some of those. The sour gummy one, to be fair, like I could just drink it as a normal drink, which obviously isn't a good thing. Bear in mind it's pre-workout, so I have an official.
Don't worry. Soon we'll soon there might be some other drinkable products in the works.
I was hoping you might say that. Yes. I won't be wired off my face on caffeine all day then, otherwise.
Yeah, why not?
And what's your plans for the future then with Muscle Nation? Do you have anything? Obviously, you've toyed with it there. You've got some new supplements coming out in the range. I don't know. I've seen a few snippets from behind the scenes on Instagram stories coming out.
Yeah, so I guess it's just continue to increase the clothing ranges. We're doing a kids range now.
That's
We're getting
awesome.
into more streetwear as well. We'll probably get into even dog and pet clothing, maybe.
Don't tell my wife that. She'll be buying the cats everything. So
there you go. And with the supplements, we want to, we've got protein custard coming, which is really cool. Obviously, just keep working on new flavors of the existing products. We've got the aminos coming. We'll be working on a sleep formula. Lots of things, and even in the works, there might be some form of drink coming.
Okay.
Which is very excited about. I can't say too much about that, but yes, big things coming. We're constantly working on new ideas. That's probably been our biggest success, is to just keep going and just new, keep releasing new
Innovating,
yeah. Because if you kind of just keep doing the same thing, you're not going to go anywhere. And even I guess if you look at our business model, every time we do a launch, it just goes crazy. So the key to success for us is to keep launching new stuff.
Yeah, because you're hype.
The hype. Yeah, every time we launch new stuff, it just goes nuts. If we don't launch, it just stays the same. So we've got to keep investing in new products, new designs, new supplements, new everything, and then campaign it correctly, and then just let it do its thing.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You can see just like, in particular, say for like your Instagram for the Muscle Nation page, the amount of content that goes out in the stories and the lives and how like structured it is.
Oh, if
that inspires me to like run my business the same way, if that makes sense. I learn from working with you guys.
There you go. It's awesome. If you saw the structure, or we use an app called Trello, and we kind of have a weekly structure where our Instagram stories, it's not just we'll play it how it goes. It's actually a structure where everyone has to stick to it weekly, you know. So it's a full on job. It's not just some people will just go on their stories and just, you know, chat about this or chat about that. We actually have a proper structure where we get on daily from start to day to the finish of the day. We have a routine and we stick to it every single day.
Would you say that's the biggest success of you and your business is structure and consistency?
Yes. And pushing out just raw content. You know, like you'll go on our stories and you'll see stuff that no other companies will do. You know, just joking around behind the scenes, just everything that we do.
And that's what, like we were talking before off air or whatever we call it before we were recording, how what I personally love seeing is like the behind the scenes of what's going on, like in the warehouse with you guys messing around a bit and like having a bit of a laugh. And then you see that you guys aren't a corporate monster and you are real people like who are living your dream, having a great time and building an awesome business with products that people love.
Exactly. And that's always been the goal of ours. And yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to like see that the return on investment from being raw and showing the journey is it works. It's really cool. Like we're on our stories doing value add stuff, and that's transitioning to sales. So it's pretty cool to see that. You know, we're not sitting there posting, you know, sales graphics every 5 minutes.
And what I also like is you're not like a lot of the other pages just doing like photos of like women with like glute photos and stuff like that.
I hate that.
Like literally, I can't deal with anything like
that. There's too many supplement companies that are trying to sell protein with a half-naked woman, and it's just crazy how they still exist. We would never do that. We will never do that, ever.
That's
mad. And I think those type of companies are going to phase out sooner or later.
Yeah,
it's just the consumer's getting smarter, and they're realizing how stupid this marketing is.
Yeah, it's just amazing how consumers learn and like almost become aware of things, and you have to like everything evolves from there onwards.
Yeah, exactly. People are getting smarter. You've got to change your mindset now. You can't just keep doing the same old thing and expect it to work.
No, you've got to provide more value up front for free.
That's right.
Last questions. I don't want to keep you up because I know you're an incredibly busy man.
That's all right. We're going to knock off soon. It's nearly 5 p.m.
Hey, my day's just starting here. Where did the name Muscle Nation come from? Was that your idea? What was the thought?
Yeah, it was my idea back in 2012.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Good question. I guess I just thought of a whole bunch of names, and that was the one I liked the most. There's no actual specific reasoning behind it. At the time, how old was I at the time? Oh shit, this is going to test me. 2012. How long ago was that? 9 years ago? 8 years ago? Wait, 7 years ago. Sorry, I'm out of it today.
It's been a long day.
7 years ago, I was 22. So I was younger then, and I guess my mindset was all about going to the gym, getting big, that kind of thing. So I was like, oh, why not just call it Muscle Nation? And it stuck, I guess.
That's pretty awesome.
And then I started thinking, you know, it's the word nation kind of encapsulates everybody.
That community again.
Pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, there's no real specific reason behind it. It was more just I liked it at the time, I guess, and it just stuck. You know, I had heaps of other names that I was thinking of, but that one stuck the most.
Yeah, sometimes if you know, like if something's right.
Yeah, that's it.
Also, in terms of names, I love the names of some of the other products as well, like the Destiny, Fat Burners, Legacy, and all that stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, we tried to avoid the whole or something cut or something shred or
cheesy.
You know, like every other sub company does.
No,
so we wanted to be a little bit different there as well.
Again, innovative and thinking outside the box.
That's it. Key to success.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much for your time today, mate. I really, really appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you. I've personally made some notes of some
time.
I'm going to steal and use my own business. So
that's all right. I'll send you an invoice.
Add it to the bill. If you guys don't already, obviously check out Muscle Nation, help their IG. I'll put all the contact details for them, and obviously my discount links, which code Charlie for 10% off any supplements if you want, in the show notes below, and anything else, hit myself up directly with any questions or any supplements clothing as well. Thank you very much, bud.
Thanks for having me.